everyone. Welcome to the Dolls and Queens Talk Show. Dolls and Queens is a non-biased platform created for the expressions, experiences, and education about cosmetic surgery or body enhancements of any kind. I'm sure there's something you would like to know. Come on, let's go to the DQ lab. Today's DQ lab fact is, does the BBL go away with exercise? Not true. The fat is moved from one part of the body to your buttocks, a graft, just like a skin graft. Let's talk to someone that is exposed to, shall we say, a whole lot of butt action. With that being said, let's meet our guest. Today's guest is Trey, AKA Little Pimpin' of the Talent Pound Productions, located in Las Vegas, Nevada. He's here today not only to tell us about his business, but also to give his insight on body enhancements. Let's welcome Trey, AKA Little Pimpin', to the Dolls and Queens Talk Show. Welcome, Trey. Welcome, Trey. Hey, welcome to the show. Good to see you. Good to have you.
Yeah.
Yes, of course. Absolutely. The chair okay for you?
I'm good.
Okay.
Work it out.
All right. So, Trey, AKA Little Pimpin' of Talent Pound Productions, tell us, why are you referred to as Trey DPG? AKA Little Pimpin'.
Well, I'm an original member of the Dogg Pound with Snoop Dogg, and all the gang was considered Dogg Pound gangsters. So Trey is what my family called me. My real name, Tremaine. Most of my family called me Trey, so I just added the DPG because that's what I definitely represent,
Okay, so I didn't know if you was gonna put that out there, but I did research, and you are Tremaine Stevenson, AKA. Tell me, what was it like growing up as Trey Stevenson versus Trey DPG?
Trey Stevenson, I guess, is more of a student, a painter, artist. I went to school, I went to college. That person is a different person. I have about 3 different names, and they all come with a different personality.
That's what I'm asking. So tell us, what personality comes with what? So I know what I got on my show today. Well, who do I have today?
Right now, you probably got Bones on the show right now. Bones is an aggressive person. He don't really be playing no games. He gonna get right to it and get right out of it.
Okay.
And it's just, that's that person right there.
So that's who I'm interviewing today.
That's who's gonna be here for a while.
Okay, well, hey, we're gonna challenge this Bones character here. Come on, bring it on.
Okay.
So for clarity, what's your affiliation with Snoop? You mentioned Snoop. What's your affiliation with him?
Well, back in the day, Dr. Dre found Snoop Dogg and my father. My father's the original poetry man on all of Snoop and Tupac's albums. So Miss Chalet named him Big Pimpin'. So that's how I end up getting the name Little Pimpin', because I'm the spitting image of my father. I look just like my father. Basically, I know what I'm gonna look like when I get older. You know what I'm saying? So that's where that name came in. But most of the people in Los Angeles, California, where I was raised, they know me as Bones. Okay. I took on that name probably when I was about 15 years old. And it came with a territory that I grew up in. And a lot of people know me as Bones. Not too many people really call me Trey, but my family. But I use that name for business purposes because it's a little less ear hurting than me telling them that my name is Little Pimpin', you know what I mean?
Okay. So tell me, what was your role being a member of the DPG? What was your role with this group, with Dogg Pound Productions?
Well, my father does the music. I do music now, but when I first came around, I didn't do music. So when I was 20, 21 years old, I had opened up a movie and video casting agency. So my role at the time was always to bring women to video shoots, parties, and pool. That's how I started it off.
We're gonna get into that. Yeah, I've got plenty of questions for him about that.
Definitely.
Do you consider yourself a hardcore rapper when you were doing your music?
When I do my albums, I do a hardcore rap, and then my next album would be a pimp album. And so my last album was more of a pimpish album. So my next album will be more hardcore street.
So you kind of trade
I
on
mix
and off.
them off every time. I change them one for one. So the album prior to the last one was called Bones. It was called Bones, Penitentiary Chances. So basically everything that I did in those songs was send your ass to the pen. And so my new music is called Corporate-ism. It's just how Las Vegas work, how you get money up out of here, how these ladies get money and participate in getting it, you know.
So what exactly is Talent Pound Productions? What's your goal and what is it?
Talent Pound started really as just a movie and video casting agency. When I was about 21, Snoop Dogg called me and I jumped in the car with him. He was like, we gonna go cast this, we got a video we gonna cast. So I sat at the director table with Snoop, and I think Trey, Superfly, Daz was there. And I pretty much knew everybody that was in line, all the ladies that was trying out for the videos. I had already knew them. So Snoop let me pick everybody for the video. The song was called Midnight Love with Raphael Sadiq.
So you got that kind of swag. You know how to pick them out of the crowd.
Yeah, definitely that.
Okay.
But what had happened was at the end of the shoot, I watched the check bounce over to me, to the directors that was actually hired to shoot the video or cast the video.
What just went past you and you did all this work?
Because I wasn't really there to do that. It's just something that Snoop allowed me to do. So that next day, I promise you, it was the next day I thought of a name, and it was called Talent Pound, because I'm from the Dogg Pound, so I'm looking for talent. So right there it was called Talent Pound, and
okay.
that's pretty much how Talent Pound
I love
was.
the cliche. I love it. It's really catchy, and it's relating to everything, and it's a great marketing brand.
Definitely.
Where are you headed now?
Right now I got a movie that we doing called Downward Departure. I got Mike Epps as the lead in the movie, and also I'm working on Fillmore Slim's life story right now. I got Mike Epps to agree to do this role as well, so that's what I'm working on right now.
Oh yeah. Okay, great. So tell us, what was your mindset or your focus in the 1990s compared to now?
Well, all of the 90s, I was a D-boy. I hustled, I got money, period, you know what I mean? And I ended up going to prison in 98 till a little past 2000. I still never got caught with anything. I want to put it up out there, but I had some people that really wanted me to go in the city that I was in, so I basically took a deal so I wouldn't implicate anybody else's name, so they were saying who I work with and who I deal with in the music industry. So I took a deal and laid down, and while I was in there, I just promised myself that I ain't gonna never sell nothing else again, and I came home more serious about the women that I had, and more serious about putting the ladies in
and
movies.
Everything, yes.
I mean, my circle was still there. I just changed what I was doing in that circle, you know. I never turned my back on my friends. I'm still Bones, Los Angeles, California for the rest of my life.
Well, I'm glad to be your new friend now.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I'm glad to be on that ticket with you all. How have you evolved in this much challenging industry to stay relevant? But before that, let's explore yet another flavor with Trey, DPG of Talent Pound Productions when we return. Back to the Dolls and Queens talk show. We left off with Trey, DPG of Talent Pound Productions. And the question that I had just asked him was, how have you evolved in this much challenging industry to stay relevant? How do you stay so relevant?
Well, you know, you got to change with the time. You know, you got to see what laws have changed that's going to put your ass in jail. So, you know, some things that we can't do that we used to do. Things used to be easier back in the day before the Ring camera and the surveillance cameras came out, you know, you could get away with a lot more things.
So we talked a little bit about you. Thank you for giving us some insight. Now, if I can, I'd like to go into the body enhancement section of our show, because we are a talk show about body enhancement as well. Now, you've seen a lot of beautiful women, especially in your line of work. How do you feel about body enhancements for women or men per se? What's your thoughts on that?
Well, I don't have no thoughts for men with body enhancements. I never thought about that. I know I don't have no body enhancements nor want none, so I don't know what a man would need to get enhanced. But as for the women, some people need it and some people don't, but still get it anyway. So it's really up to the person how they feel about themselves. And if that's what you need to do to make yourself feel better about yourself, I say go ahead and do it. You know what I mean?
Do you have a preference of a natural or a altered woman? Does it matter to you? Do you have a specific preference? Because a lot of guys say, oh, I'd rather have this type of woman or that type of woman. What's your thoughts on that?
I mean, they all feel good. You know what I mean? It's hard to just pick. I don't have a preference. You know what I mean? I really don't. I like women. You know, it's one piece of their body that it's gonna always feel the same, you know what I mean? So therefore, as for them getting breasts, some of them need them, some of them don't. You know, me, myself, I like...
I'm afraid to ask you what part that is, but we're on camera, so we're gonna let you keep talking. I got a smile out of you, so I know I'm doing a great interview. How do you compare women's body images from the 1990s to now? Because, you know, now the body enhancement thing is so much more, you see so much more of it. How do you compare? Is there any comparison?
Well, in the 90s, women were more natural. They worked out more. They put themselves in a position to make their body tight. Nowadays, you can just go buy a tight body and slap it on and without really working out as much. You know, some of them look good, some of them don't. It's just like, I think it depends on the actual person, body frame, they structure, or do they take to what's going on to them, because some of these behinds be looking funny shaped as can be, and then some of them have a real nice round shape. So I like the ones that get done that has the nice shape, of course, you know what I mean? As for silicone breast, they're good when they're new. When they get a little bit older, they have a crunchy feel, a crunchy sound.
Oh.
They time for them to get them done over, you know what I mean?
Would you pay for someone to have a body enhancement procedure?
Well, if anybody had me paying for them to get a body procedure, that means that we make a lot of money together. So, you know, I'm not paying for nothing, you know what I mean? So if we're not getting no money together, I probably will never give you a burger.
Oh gosh, woo, I love this interview. You are so comical. And I got another smile out of him, so hey,
I mean, I'm
doing it. You mentioned in your interview on Homie Cannabis Show, do you remember that interview?
I remember that interview.
Okay, see, I did do some research on you.
I see, you've been looking it up.
I've been checking you out, brother.
I know when they looking,
You mentioned in your interview on the Homie Cannabis Show that ladies in the streets have changed so much, it's almost not worth dealing with them.
Yeah.
Are you a hardcore guy when it's the topic of women? Tell us a little bit more about that.
Well, right now, a lot of the women feel like they can do it on their own, so they call them ladies renegades, and basically they're the type of women that's saying they don't need no man, they don't want no man. But a lot of women these days in the streets, they don't understand what we call as the game. They really don't understand the work. They don't understand the rules. All they want to do is get up in somebody's face and hold their hand out and beg for some money, you know, and it's not like that. You have to finesse to get real money.
Well, there you have it, straight from the DPG, the gangster of all gangsters. I love your confidence. I really, really do. You have a show. You have a party. It's called Freak It Wednesdays.
Hey, and it's Wednesday now.
It's Wednesday. Oh my goodness.
It is Wednesday.
And it's Wednesday. Tell us what that's all about.
Well, I've always dealt with working girls that weren't strippers. So when the pandemic hit and they shut everything down, I started throwing underground parties because these ladies still wanted to make money, even though the strip clubs in the city was closed. I still opened it up. I bought me a temperature gun on Amazon and made sure everybody's temperature was below 100 to come in the parties. I got a wand and
99.9 would I have made it in?
You would have made it in. I might have told you to sit outside for 10 more minutes or something. See if you can cool down a little bit. You're a little bit hot around this motherfucker. But
do these women have any body enhancements, or do you know, or is that a requirement to participate in your Freakin' Wednesday?
They all got body enhancements and some don't. You know, it's a whole bunch of people that come through there that has behinds, chests, you know, had BBLs, you call them, whatever.
Right, yeah. He said BBLs or whatever you call them.
What you call them?
They're BBLs. They're BBLs. Yeah. Okay.
And so it's just a variety of women, period, though, all shapes and sizes that comes through my event. I don't just pick, if you don't have body enhancements, you can't dance, or if you're not natural, you can't dance. I love them all, so, you know what I mean? As long as they're good people. I'd rather have women around me than men.
What advice, my last question before we go to the advisors, is what advice can you give someone who feels they need to have body enhancement procedures? If a woman approaches you and says, hey, Trey, you know, I feel I need it, what advice would you give her? We know you're not paying. We know you're gonna pay if me and you are working together, but if someone approaches you, just say, you know, I wanna get my body done. What you think, Trey? What advice would you give them?
I would tell them, before you spend all that money on your body, make sure your kids, your rent, your car note and everything is paid up before you just go wasting up some money on your body if you're not making no money off your body. Now, just to look good and you spending all that money just to look good, I'm hoping you having some type of return investment that you're putting in by doing these things. If not, take care of your bills, stack up some money on the side, and when you can stack up enough and still be in a comfortable situation, then go for it.
Go for it.
If you want it. If you like it and you need it and you want it, do it.
Do it. There you have it. Deciding your flavor. We will find out what other dolls and queens have to say when we return.
Hey everyone, my name is Kayla Cummings. I'm the host of the Dolls and Queens Talk Show. I'm personally inviting you or someone you may know who's had any type of body enhancements or would like to have body enhancements to join our show for the new season. It doesn't matter how much or how little. Tattoos, veneers, body piercings, male by day, female by night. It doesn't matter. I love you anyway. Love the skin you're in.
Welcome back to the Dolls and Queens Talk Show. We're continuing this exclusive interview with Trey, DPG of Talent Pound Productions. With all that has been shared by our guests today, let's consult the DQ advisors. Hello, DQ advisor. Welcome to the show. What's your flavor today?
Hi, this is Asia. I'm from New York. I have a bone to pick. Why would you need to be a D-boy when you had opportunity, or what we call born with a silver spoon in your mouth, when there's a lot of young black men out there who don't have that opportunity, make better choices, and you lost so many years in prison for what? What was your reward?
Well, I just want you to know I was born in Flint, Michigan, and wasn't no silver in my mouth when I was born. I knew I wasn't gonna never have a job. I've never worked a job. I've never wanted to work for anybody in my life. So that's what took me to the hustle. But one thing it was about me, I was an honor roll student. I was smarter than a lot of the kids in school, so that gave me a pass that a lot of other people that didn't have. But in me dealing with Snoop Dogg, you know, we gangsters. You know, we Dogg Pound gangsters. Everybody that's made up of the clique is some real ones. So that's just part of it. I wouldn't even been able to be around Snoop if I wasn't a thug like I was and going to get it like I was. I couldn't have never even been a Dogg Pound gangster. You know what I mean? So, you know, I lived that life. I walked that life, and I changed my whole game through what I learned by being with Snoop Dogg. But it was definitely no silver spoons anywhere in my presence.
There you go. There you have it. Clarity. No silver spoon. You have anything else, caller? Thank you for calling. Let's go on to the next caller. DQ advisor. Welcome to the show. What's your flavor today?
Hi, Kayla. This is Clarissa from Reno, Nevada. How you doing today?
Hi from Reno. How are
Hi.
you?
I'm doing okay.
You know what?
Hi, Trey.
Hello.
I just had a kind of opinion question sort of thing. I just want your take on something. So it sounded kind of to me like you believe a woman does a little better, maybe survives a little better with a man at her side. Did I misunderstand that at all?
Women survive a little bit better with a manager or a man on their side?
A man, not a manager, but a man at their side.
Well, it doesn't necessarily have to be a man. It just has to have somebody that's in your favor. You know what I mean? Somebody that you can call on when you can't call anybody else. You know, me just being a man, I only can speak from a man's aspect. You know what I mean? But I just know what I do with my lady friends and how I protect my lady friends that's around me. But everybody needs somebody, and the people that feel like they don't are usually the ones that having a little bit harder time in life, period.
Okay, so then the second part of that question would be, so say you have a lesbian couple, and I wondered whether or not you would think they would be as successful as a heterosexual couple, or like lack of a man in their life, really like a figure, a male figure.
You said the word couple, so that means it's a pair. That
Well,
means that
doesn't it have to be?
somebody leaning on somebody, whether they heterosexual, homosexual, or whatever they is, bi, whatever you want to call it. It's still two people, a support system.
I love that. Thank you so much. I really think that's an awesome take on that.
Thank you, caller. Thank you for calling in, and have a great day. Thank
you so much.
Thank you. Okay, we'll take our next advisor call. Hello, DQ advisor. Welcome to the show. What's your flavor today? We're having a good time, by the way. What's your flavor today?
Hey Kayla, this is Trina from Texas. How are you?
Hi, Trina from Texas. We're doing fabulous today.
I love your show. Thank you for bringing this to everyone and bringing this to light for this subject. This is really eye-opening.
Yes, go ahead.
Trey, how are you?
I'm doing fine, and yourself?
I have a question about the game.
The game.
So you said that there's work involved, there's rules involved. Like, are you talking about how we see on these shows like Love and Hip Hop, Atlanta, or whatever city you want to call it, and you see like the Cardi B's or the Tommies? What do you mean by like the rules and work and finesse? Because I want to know.
I'm talking about pimps and prostitutes.
All the
That's
P's.
the game. That's what the game. Nobody else is in that game. There's no other game other than that. Anything else is not the game. You know, we talking about pimps and prostitutes, whores, streetwalkers, call girls, escort service, strippers. And the game is time. We selling time, not sex. So therefore, if you don't understand the game, you're out there selling sex all day. But when you selling time, you get paid to go to dinner, you get paid to go to gamble, you get paid for somebody to take you shopping. But people don't understand that in the streets these days because they don't have nobody teaching them the game.
The game. Straight from Trey, DPG. Did you get it, caller?
I got it. Thank you
Loud
so much.
and clear. He broke it down for you. All righty. Thank you for calling. Have a great day. So, with that being said, what can we tell our viewers that sum it up, what you talked about today? Your business side and then the body enhancement side. Give us your viewpoint on that.
On the business side, just stay at whatever you're gonna do. It may not happen overnight. If you focus on it long enough, it'll continue to flourish. But if you playing with it, it's gonna play with you. You know what I mean? You gotta stay focused when it comes to business, and it may not pop as well as you want to, but one day when it does pop, you just have to be prepared. Be prepared for it to pop. It's gonna change your life, you know what I mean? Anything that you do, you can change your life to it. You just gotta stay focused on it, you know what I mean?
And then what advice can you give us on the body enhancement side for the women? I know you don't do men, of course, so let's just focus on the women. What advice can you give them?
Well, I mean,
The
I
prognosis.
can say something for the men. I'm like, if you a man and you need to go buy you a six-pack, something wrong with you. You know, go and do some sit-ups, man. Go and get your thing together, man. You ain't got to go buy no stomach. I don't even know women like that. Do they like a man with a fake six-pack?
I don't know. I beg to differ. I'm not into that either. I like the man in the natural state. I need to make sure he's all whole man. Even though I have had body enhancement procedures, I still need like my man to be whole.
Some men might need body enhancement procedures in their growing area, so maybe that's a different thing. Me myself never had to have that issue, so I wouldn't know about any of that. And as for the ladies, I just want to let you guys know that it's very serious these days, getting these surgeries. So you got to kind of go to somebody that's notable. Quit going overseas thinking you can take a trip somewhere and get it done for cheap, because like they say, it's quality before quantity. So therefore, you want to go to somebody really qualified to take care of your business, other than saving a couple of thousand here, a couple of thousand there, but risking your whole life. You only have one life.
One life. You hear that? Straight from Trey, DPG. I would like to thank you, Trey.
Thank you very,
very much. For being a part of the Dolls and Queens talk show. We enjoyed your flavor. Stay beautiful. Up next, the Dolls and Queens Beauties Bar tip of the week. Now, let's introduce this week's Beauties Bar Tip winner. See who it is. Ooh, this week's Beauties Bar Tip winner is Joe Francis of Gatlinburg, Tennessee. Hey, Tennessee. Hey, Joe. Guys, always shave after your shower. The warm water and steam from your shower will soften your facial hairs and make it a better shaving experience. Congratulations, Joe Francis of Gatlinburg, Tennessee. You are this week's Beauties Bar Tip winner. You will receive a complimentary Dolls and Queens t-shirt. If you know of a beauty tip and would like to enter a chance to have it read on our show or be a guest on our show, visit our website at dqsurgerybar.com. Tune in every other Thursday on the CWLV or visit our YouTube channel. And always remember, there's a flavor for everyone.